Hello everyone! Today on our show, I'm going to be answering questions posted in the comments on our YouTube channel and our Facebook page, posted by viewers just like you. When we know, I'll say and I'll thank the person who asked the question. People often ask us how long their case will take, how much will it cost, and with COVID, what they can do because things in immigration have slowed down so much or closed altogether. If you have questions that I don't answer in this video, post them here and we'll do our best to get you an answer. We'd like to make videos like this answering your questions more frequently, so please keep on asking, keep on posting.
Calificas para ser legal, quieres saber, solo llama al abogado Andrés Mejer.
In the past few months, we've had several people ask about different types of visas, including fiancé, visitor visas, and others. I did do a training on fiancé visas, that's a K1, that we'll link to in the comments below. As a reminder, social media is not private, so we ask that if you have private information, don't post that with your question. Don't tell immigration your status, don't tell them where you live. Send us that information by private message. These answers are general answers that can be applied to a variety of situations, but it shouldn't be considered a replacement for legal advice specific to your situation. By way of introduction, in case you don't know, I'm Andrés Mejer, I'm an immigration attorney, and I've written a book explaining the 9 common ways to obtain legal status. And if you comment below, send me the book, we can get you a copy of that if you're in the US. We'll mail you a copy. If you're outside the US, we'll send you a digital copy. I'm also an immigrant. I came to the US as a child. My family had legal status, and then because of a crooked attorney who took our money and didn't do anything, we lived here for many years without legal status. Now, today, I'm a US citizen, and my goal as your immigration attorney is to treat you like I wish my family had been treated. I want everyone I serve to be better off because they hired us. Let's get to some questions. The most common question we get asked is, where are you located? I'm flattered with the question. I'm happy to answer it. Our main offices are located in Eatontown, New Jersey. We also have offices in Lakewood, Newark, and Edison. You can also look at our website for a specific address at andresmejerlaw.com. We regularly attend interviews and immigration court hearings for clients in New York, New Jersey, and Philadelphia, and even further away if you're willing to pay for travel. We don't normally recommend it, but if you can't find an attorney that you know and trust near you, give us a call. For your removal case I'm talking about. Today, we have clients in over 15 states. Now you may be wondering, how is that possible? No, I'm not licensed in all 15 states. But I think you'll understand if I explain a little bit about immigration law in the US. Immigration law in the United States is based on federal law and policy. Therefore, you can hire an attorney who is licensed anywhere in the United States, and they can help you with your immigration case wherever you are. So I'm licensed in New York and New Jersey, but I have clients in California, Texas, Florida, you name it. Now, I always want to warn you not to hire a notario. In the US, they are not attorneys, and if they mess up your case, which they often do, you have no way to get your money back or to make them fix it. They don't have a license at risk. Attorneys do. We've also helped people outside the United States. Mexico, Spain, Portugal, Brazil, Chile, Israel, you name it, we've likely done it. What might be most important for you to know is that we provide the same quality and level of service for our clients in New Jersey as we do for our clients outside of New Jersey. We are 100% remote and can help you wherever you're at. I got several questions about fiancé visas. Melania Freeman asked, is it acceptable for a foreign fiancé to travel to the US on an ESTA to visit if they have a K1 visa in process? Beatriz Izquierdo asked a similar question. Will K1 visa recipients from a Schengen country be authorized entry into the United States? And is a K1 visa a valid exemption to the travel ban from one of these countries? Let me explain a couple of things before I get to their question. What is ESTA? It stands for Electronic System for Travel Authorization. There are what's called a visa waiver program. It's for citizens of certain countries that allows them to enter the United States with just their passport, but they have to go through the ESTA Electronic System Travel Authorization process. With that visa, so it's a visa waiver, they go through the ESTA process, they're allowed entry to the United States for 90 days automatically, just by presenting their passport. Schengen countries are countries in Europe, for the most part, not just Europe, but mostly Europe, that allow the same type of short travel that an ESTA visa does. If you are traveling from the US to these countries, they call it an ETIAS visa, E-T-I-A-S. Keep in mind, most of these countries have limited travel from the US due to COVID. The K-1 visa is a fiancé visa. This is a non-immigrant visa that you can obtain when you are planning to marry a US citizen, and only a US citizen, not green card holders. It allows you to enter the US on this visa for up to 90 days. If you don't get married within that time, you're gonna have to leave the US. If you do get married, you need to apply for your green card within 90 days. Otherwise, your path becomes more complicated and more expensive. But the video that we put below goes into much more detail. And in that video, I explained the pros and cons of should you get married first or should you file for the K-1 visa. In March 2020, remember we're in September now, travel restrictions were put into place by the Department of State due to COVID. Even if you have ESTA, you cannot travel into the US today. If you have ESTA and you attempt to travel to the US from these countries, you will have your ESTA taken away from you and your fees will not be refunded. As of today, September 7, 2020, we know that embassies and consulates are opening on a post-by-post basis. You need to check with each individual embassy to find out if they are open. Look at their website for the latest information. The embassies that have opened so far are only processing visas for spouses and children of US citizens, not fiancés. Again, each embassy is the best resource for the most current information. Unfortunately, Melania, though things may change by December, at this time it doesn't look like a fiancé or ESTA holder will be able to travel into the United States for the remainder of the year. Beatriz, at present, a fiancé visa is not a valid exemption to allow travel to the US today. But let me give you some context. What does that mean? In order for Beatriz's question to make sense, it would have to be that, Beatriz, you filed for your fiancé visa, you were approved, you went to the consulate, you received your visa, but before you left your country to come to the United States, COVID hit and the embassies closed. Even in that situation, you'll likely not be able to enter the United States yet. You will be at some point, but right now it doesn't look like for the rest of the year. If you hadn't filed your fiancé visa yet, you can, but you won't be allowed to enter the country until the restriction has been lifted. And they're not going to give you an interview at the consulate until the consulate opens for that. We had another viewer who asked, is it possible to travel in the US in December for the holidays with a B1, B2 visa? That's called a tourist visa or a business visa. B2 is tourist, B1 is usually for business purposes. As of today, you cannot travel to the US with either a B1 or B2 visa due to the travel ban. And that has now been extended through December 31st, 2020. So for the remainder of the year, it doesn't look like you're going to be able to travel to the United States even during the holidays. I'm sorry to share the bad news with you.